Well, it should come as no surprise. Oklahoma has an excess of water. Rains this spring and summer have washed off the last bit of dust of what was a 2-year drought and have Oklahoma lakes and watersheds overflowing. Water in which our neighbors to the south are keenly interested. This week, we begin a series of reports on what some believe could be the issue in coming years, water availability. And we begin by looking at a proposed sale of water to Texas. For the middle of summer, it's unusually green this year in North Texas. Record rainfalls have ended a persistent drought, but not solved a growing problem. More people than they have water.
Fort Worth is the fastest growing city above 500,000 population in the country. Tarrant County is in the top 5 fastest growing counties in the country. So we've had tremendous population growth in this area.
Jim Oliver heads the Tarrant County Regional Water District, an area that stretches from below Dallas across Fort Worth and into North Texas, and all in desperate need of water.
So there's no more water available in this part of the country. Dallas is developed, we've developed all the lakes, there's just nothing else available.
Which is why the Texas group began lobbying Oklahoma lawmakers to sell what they believe is excess water flowing out of the state.
But Oklahoma has more water than it can use or is ever likely to use. You could even say the state's glass is overflowing.
In a promotional DVD, the Texas group wants to tap into 2 separate water sources, the Kiamichi watershed and the Cache Creek and Beaver Creek water basins.
Fort Worth isn't asking for much water. The most that could be taken would be less than 7% of the Gulf-bound water that flows into the Red River annually. And in times of drought, Oklahoma will always come first. Fort Worth will only get leftover Gulf-bound water.
Yet despite assurances their interests lie in only water that already flows out of state, lawmakers are reluctant to consider any sale of water from Oklahoma to Texas.
Pumping stations similar to this one would be constructed on these waterways, along with pipelines that would carry the water to the Fort Worth area.
Only term-limited Hugo Senator Jeff Rabin has publicly taken a stance of even considering this sale, telling the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, "What's the problem in talking about it? This part of the state needs money. I've done all I can to improve the economic well-being of the district, and just because it's uncomfortable, I won't breach that responsibility."
Southern Oklahoma and the Metroplex economies are very much tied together. There's a lot of people who live in Oklahoma, work here, shop here. There's a lot of people who recreate in Oklahoma and Texas, and if the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex does not grow because they don't have an adequate water supply, Southern Oklahoma is going to suffer.
Making this proposal in the eyes of Texas less about long-held rivalries and more about a shared economic success.